Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Just Keep Showing Up podcast. This is your man, Derrick, and today I am here with Jennifer Travers. I said that right.
You did.
Yes, from CHEP.
That's right.
Yes, I got that right
Yes,
too.
you
Yes.
did.
Yes. How are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much, Derek, for having me. It's such an honor
hmm
to be on this podcast.
Yes, I'm very excited about this. As we were talking right before we started, this is the first time I'm actually talking to someone that has an organization that I'm very, what we're going to talk about is something that's near and dear to me. So, and folks will definitely hear about all that stuff. So, we're going to jump right into it. So,
I'm
can you
ready.
share, can you share a little bit about yourself, just so that people know who's talking to them?
Sure. My name again is Jennifer Travers. I am the COO for CHEP, and CHEP stands for Communities Helping and Empower Patriots. Patriots are our veterans mission. I've been with the organization for 18 years. So
Yeah.
I do this.
Yes, yes. So for anybody that don't know anything about CHEP, or they go on the website and they see what's on the website, is there anything else you can share about the organization outside of what's just in the uh, website description?
Yeah. So CHEP is an organization, it's a nonprofit organization.
Mm-hmm.
We are partnered with the VA Medical Center and we have
Okay.
houses on the VA Medical Center, but we are not the VA. And I think
Okay.
sometimes when people look at our location, they're like, oh, that's at Perry Point. So
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
got it. They got money. They got, they got a hand up. We're still a nonprofit. We just are blessed to be on the
Uh-huh.
grounds of the VA Medical Center in the single family homes. And then
Mm.
we recently, a year ago, opened up it's called the CHEP Outpost. It's a
Okay.
thrift store where we take all donations, and all the proceeds that we get from that thrift store go directly to assisting our veterans in our location. So we have
Mm-hmm.
29 beds in Perry Point, Maryland.
Wow.
We have 35 in Charleston, South Carolina, and we have 9 in Southeast DC. So
Mm-hmm.
we're only a group of all of our employees. We're only about 25 people.
Wow.
Yeah,
Y'all are doing a
we're
lot.
doing it. We're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and I didn't realize you were actually on Perry Point, actually
We
on the
are.
installation. Yeah, because I go there for
Yes.
to the VA sometimes, right at
Yeah.
Perry
So if
Point.
you're looking at the houses that are kind of, they make an L shape around the fire
Mhm,
department and the police station are our set of houses. And then you
mhm,
have some houses that are like earth tone siding. They're
mhm.
with the VA Medical Center. Where the
Okay.
houses, ours are like the only way to deter them is like ours are white siding and theirs are like olive green and kind of beige siding.
Okay. I know one beautiful thing down there is the body of water that's there. I've
It is
gone there for
beautiful.
yeah, I've gone for an appointment, and on my way leaving, I caught the sun setting. I'm like,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
It's really peaceful and serene, and I think that's probably one of the things that people seek out the most about Perry
Yeah.
Point is that it's in a
Mhm.
rural space, and it's a huge campus. I mean, you
Yeah.
you kind of don't realize that on any given day, there's like 6,000 people that come through the campus,
What?
but would never feel that
Wow.
way because if you're
Mm-mm.
there, it's like ghost town.
Yes, it is very much a ghost town. So
Yes,
you mentioned doing this 18 years. So
18 years.
what originally drew you to this type of work?
So I am not a veteran, but all of my family, all of my
Mhm.
cousins, I even have a nephew right now that's in boot camp for the Army.
Mhm.
All of my family served. And
Yeah.
so when they would come home and I would just see the difference, right? Or the fallout or the blessings or the
Mhm.
good, the bad, and the ugly that when they would come home, I was like, man, I think the outside world, we always talk about like loving a veteran and like, oh, thank you for your service. You know what I mean? And then you
Yes.
just assume that when a person comes home, they're the person they were when they left. And that's never the case. Like, at least in my
Mm-mm.
experience, has never been the case.
Mhm.
And I started to think about like, wow, like, luckily for my family, we're a really strong oriented family, close-knit family. So
Mhm.
they have a village, and we just wrapped
Yes.
our arms around them and like, whatever they needed, good days, bad days, and all the in-between days. What do you need? We're going to show up for you. But then I
Mhm.
started to think about all the people who they don't have that. And maybe the whole reason they went into the service was to find their place and their people and their village. And then when they come home, I think that we do a terrible job reacclimating people to society.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so I was like, I wanna do this. Like, I wanna do this. I wanna give the same love and family and show up for strangers the way I would do for my family because I just think that it's just not out there. And so that's
Yeah.
kind of how it started. And I was like, I don't wanna ruin anyone's life. Like, I gotta make sure I know what I'm doing, right? So, like, I went back to school to get my master's to become a social worker. And
Okay.
then CHEP decided that they were gonna switch and apply for a grant and per diem program, which is you get a grant from the VA medical center to do a body of work. So you have to write the grant.
Interesting. Yes.
I wrote the grant, and I had never written a grant before. I just was like, "I can write." Like, college, we read all the time. Like, I can do this.
That's what I
So,
do.
I'm just gonna write this. This is like an assignment in school, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I wrote it and said, we would take care of veterans and we would help
Mhm.
transition them from homelessness to permanent housing. And I was awarded the grant, and this was, I'm gonna say, the first time we were ever awarded the grant was like 2008, maybe.
Mhm. Okay.
And then from there, it just kind of grew. Like, that was just at Perry Point. And then
Mhm.
then we implemented it in South Carolina, and then we implemented it in DC. And I'm always looking for other opportunities, but I also never want to like jeopardize patient care
Mhm.
because we grow too big, because obviously I'm one person, and while I have a great team,
Yes.
I like to still be in it. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, sometimes I think when people get to leadership, they're not still in there doing clinical work. And I still
Mhm.
like to get in and do the clinical work. That's really my passion.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it's quality over quantity for you, like
Yeah, it
making
is.
sure that you're there,
It is.
that you're there for people. That's so interesting, and I think something else that's great is you seeing that there was a need, and you was just like,
Mhm.
"Hey, Imma give this a shot."
Yeah.
That's like a whole 'nother conversation, of just taking a chance on what you believe in your heart and what you feel.
Yeah.
So, and it kinda goes back to, like, next question I have is just, this isn't just a job for you. I can see that, and you kinda spoke about
Yeah.
that with your family,
Yeah.
uh, which go ahead, I don't know if you're about to say something.
No, that's good. My grandfather was a Vietnam vet, and I
Mhm.
remember he would do the VA bad. He would do them bad.
Mhm.
He wouldn't go
Yeah.
there. He'd be like, they don't want to give us care. I'm just a number there.
Mhm.
He really talked a lot about how, like, it just the system made him feel. Didn't mean that the system
Yeah.
was bad, but just he didn't feel like there were people out there that were showing up for, certainly not our Vietnam
Yeah.
veterans at that,
Mhm.
And then so I was like, I'm gonna make a believer. I'm gonna start with him because he's gonna be like my worst critic. So, like, if I can get him, then I could get anyone, you know what I mean? Because he didn't have a problem in the world, like, telling me about funky service that he received somewhere.
Yeah.
So some of the things that he would talk about, feeling like a number, feeling like he was just pushed from appointment to appointment, feeling like he was,
Mhm.
like, not really heard, feeling like people would just hand him a piece of paper or a phone number and tell him to go on and do something. And I
Mhm.
was like, I'm gonna peep that, right? And I'm gonna figure
Yeah.
out if I can do it. And so I started doing it with my cousins and my grandfather, my
Mhm.
uncles, and then I started kind of showing up for the same way when we started getting veterans in our tour program. And a lot of them had that same thing. Like, I'm not even really sure I want to seek services because
Mhm.
it doesn't feel good. It feels like I'm a
Yes.
burden, and I don't want to be a burden.
Mhm.
And then some veterans, I think, really just find it like, signed up to serve, so I'm not worthy of a benefit now that I'm out because I just took a service and I knew what I signed up for. But it's so much bigger than that, right? I'm like, you're
Mhm.
absolutely worthy
Yes.
of
Yes.
service on the flip side of your service.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's like, I just wanted to make people understand that, like, you're not a burden and this is
Yeah.
not a punishment. You seeking services for something that is very real for you is
Mhm.
not a problem.